Welcome back, listeners and watchers. You're now tuned into your new favorite three. This is the Triple S Show, Steel Shopping Steel.
What it do, good people? This is Honest Mr. Thomas, ready to rock and roll.
Kenneth Fly Holmes. Everybody love everybody.
Checking in, none other than your boy Big Banks. We at this thing again, Mr. Thomas. We're gonna roll right into it, man. Give the people something today, man.
Okay, let's roll with it. Let's talk about all right, we in the US and it's a big gang cultured country, so to speak, from the beginning, whether you're talking the mob or whether you're talking present day, Bloods, Crips, Bangers. So I would ask you brothers, who would you say, if you had to guess, was the largest gang in the United States of America?
Boy. Fly, what's your take on it? What's your take on
Just
it?
the question.
Mm-hmm.
I give y'all the answer first, but I want to hear if y'all got the answer first. And then we can get into the actual topic.
You say what's the biggest gang in America? I say the police.
That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. I mean, the
God
whole.
Damn it. Well, goddamn it, y'all both hit the shit right on the head.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Yeah. So let's talk about policing the police. Because if you think about it, well, it's not even much to think about. Police officers in this country are no different than the three of us. They are American citizens. Their job is to protect and serve as a police officer or a law enforcement agent. But that doesn't exonerate them from being U.S. citizens. You feel what I'm saying? And as we can see, they pretty much do what the hell they want, whether it's riding around with a laptop out, pulling you over for texting on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Both equally as dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Whether it's shooting an unarmed black person and walking off like just holding the set down.
Right. Yeah, and interesting you said like with the cell phones and the laptops, because me being out here in the Metro Atlanta area right now, it's the cops, they drive faster than the regular civilians. Everybody's speeding, but when you got law enforcement also speeding, no signal lights, not obeying traffic laws and all of that. Now we're not just gonna talk that because that's small shit. That's small shit. So we were talking policing the police. I'm thinking, Mr. Thomas, you coming from a standpoint of on and off the clock. You know what I'm saying?
I am, but more in particular on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you working your job, which is no different than us working our jobs, and we have to be respectful of the people that we're servicing or providing, things for. As should they. But in my eyes, it's more of a, hey, I'm the police, I'm above the law. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do shit.
Right.
And that shit there is fucked up. And honestly, like people talk about defunding and this, that, and the third. I don't even think they should be defunded. It comes down to training for me. If you look at like a doctor, a neurosurgeon or whatever, plastic surgeon, these people have to go to school for years.
For real.
To get there. You feel what I'm saying? Now, whereas a police officer just has to go in the academy for, a couple of months, I believe, 6-8 weeks or something like that. I don't know the exact, but I know it's well less than a year.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And you're talking about
longer
than. Yeah, it's
definitely. You gotta go to school longer to be a damn barber.
Exactly. For anything, pretty much anything you could think of.
Yeah,
you got to go longer than to be a cop.
Any profession.
And it's like, we live in the most culturally diverse country on the planet. So, like, I think that's the problem. Like, you can't, like, police officers need to be trained how to deal with a call in a Latino neighborhood, a call in a black neighborhood, a call in an Asian neighborhood, a call in a white neighborhood, to that specific. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the issue, and I think that's the problem. You got a lot of cops policing neighborhoods that they're not even from. Like, we see it in our own cities. Like here in Charleston, you got cops that live in Mount Pleasant, but they work in North Charleston, or you know what I'm saying? This, that, like, you should be policing your community because then you have a better understanding with your community and a better rapport with the people.
Yeah,
and you can understand that you get called.
Not for nothing, bro. I know personally how certain people that don't live in North Charleston and might live in Mount Pleasant or whatever, they view North Charleston a certain way, like already. It's almost like on Lion
Yeah, it's
King,
the
where it's like
prejudgment.
that's the dark side of it. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I seen
Yeah.
that firsthand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what
And that's the major issue.
yeah,
Like the
because
police should be more familiar with the community.
you
You should be like, oh, I got a call to John's house. I know John and Sarah. We go out bowling on the weekends. I know they sometimes have. If you at least have a better understanding of what you're walking into. So I think a lot of these cops, like the white cops in particular, they go into these black neighborhoods and they're acting off of their fear and off of their prejudgment, their prejudice.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And from and on that note, G, you know, we can speak on that because being from Mount Pleasant, Old Village, growing up there, we were fortunate enough to personally know a couple of police officers.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that everywhere. There's always going to be a handful that the community is familiar with.
Yeah, and but
I'm just saying on a grander scale.
Yeah, but see, just hitting on that one subject because most of the officers that were from the area, if they ever came in the neighborhood for whatever reason, they came. Their attitude was different. They approached situations differently than other people who weren't from the area. I'd hate to use names, but I'm going to use a nickname. We all know nickname, but you know, Snake. You know what I'm saying? He never came into the neighborhood, guns drawn, you know, bullying people, being a tyrant. Never that from Riccio, 2 blocks away from the neighborhood. Never was a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? Never came through pushing his authority and things like that, you know, and there's a few more, not to name them all, but it's a few of them when they came through. The term they use in that field, de-escalate, you know, the situation. We were fortunate enough to have some officers that came into the neighborhoods and they came with that mindset to de-escalate, you know, and like G said, on a grander scale, on a wider scale, I think that would be, you know, a way to go. But even with that shit, who's going to police the police though? You know,
that's the ultimate question.
Yeah,
like who's in charge? Because I mean, you could say internal affairs and all this, but it's kind of like these are the same people. That's like going to court and getting a public defender. The public defenders work out of the prosecutor's office,
right?
So like they're not going to give you a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think of the whole internal affairs. I think it needs to be a separate entity aside from law enforcement that governs, might be the military or something. I'm not sure.
Right.
But somebody that's, you know, watching them the way they're watching us.
Right.
You know, make sure they're doing their jobs right. I mean, you look at the George Floyd situation, and they Chauvin, he got his time, which was, he should have got more, but at least it was something. But what about those other guys who just stood with their hands in their pockets watching him? Like, when do you step up and say, "Hey, bro, that's enough"? You push him off, and that could have saved that man's life.
Right. We wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
We wouldn't be on the topic of George Floyd today if we had responsible officers there at the time of that incident, and that's what it is. And
they shoot us down. They kill us in the head, talking about y'all following this no snitching code, blah blah blah. That's messed up, but y'all do the same thing.
Exact same.
You know what I'm saying? If you sat there and watched your partner, if you watched your partner break the law and you didn't stop him, you're just as guilty or more than he is.
Yeah, because if me and you go to rob a bank and you don't even have to know anything, but if you're in that vehicle and we speed off on the bank, guess who else goes to jail for bank robbery? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I think when you look at that, when you look in the eyes of the law, we can definitely say that it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? The punishment's not the same. Well, we know that because you deal, the black guy do the same crime, white guy do the same exact crime. We all know the sentencing is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? For the black guy and
if the white guy happens to be a cop, if he happens to be a cop, it's going to be different than just a regular white guy.
Right. So, you know, and you know, I said this saying a while back when I said, you know, everybody in the world and every animal in the world gets respect and gets treated with some dignity except for the black man. You know, and it's an
That's
excuse. It's an excuse for everybody. It's an excuse for why the tiger attacked the person in the jungle. It's an excuse for why the dog bit the child. It's an excuse for why the little white boy went and shot up the school. But it's no excuses allotted for why a black man did what he did. And you know, and that's the world we in with that, y'all. And that shit is sad,
That's
but you know, it's a harsh reality, man. And I think everybody should be held. You know, if we're talking about the law to the full extent of the law, I think everybody should be held accountable for what they do in their actions. And I don't think one punishment, you know, I don't think it should defer based on.
It shouldn't matter who commits the crime. The same crime should be
punished.
But I mean, that's what we've been dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've been dealing with. I mean, forever. I mean, you look at cocaine laws versus crack cocaine laws.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? When you know, all that in the 80s and the 90s, when all that shit came about. You know what I'm saying? You get less time for more coke than you do for less crack.
Yeah.
Because they figured the crack at that time was in our communities, but the adverse effect of that is it's a countrywide problem. It's
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I mean, you know, I think from the streets, I ain't gonna incriminate myself and like that shit. But you know, we all know what time it is. But listen here, let me tell you like this: if you think about it in the terms of this, cocaine is the premeditated crack. So cocaine is the premeditated crime before crack. That's the thought of I'm going to shoot somebody before you go out in the streets to shoot it. That's the blueprint before you go rob the bank. So why is it a difference, you know, in the punishment? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it should be none, you know. For one, murder is murder. Rape is rape. You know what I'm saying? So no matter the crime, it should all be punishable, you know, to the full extent if that's the case, man. And I don't think it should never be, the scale should never be tipped, you know. So you know, so much to the left, you know, when we dealing with situations.
It's supposed to be so damn equal.
Was for richer folk, white folk, you know what I'm saying? That was their drug. Crack was more of the black
ghetto.
Man drug.
Right.
It was in the ghetto. So it's like, man, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get them boys out of here. But coke wasn't looked at like that. You feel what I'm saying? It was the cool thing to do.
But y'all know where we at with that though. It's just like you said, cocaine was the white drug, black, quote unquote, crack was the black drug. But I mean, think about it. We're not just talking from the levels of cocaine and crack though. It's like that from every situation, at every angle, even from crimes to pay scale.
Yep, to pay scale. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To credit the police.
Loan opportunities to everything.
Everything.
There's nothing equal across the board.
Yeah, interest rates are different. Graham, you remember we had that conversation with about you know, like when they run your social security number and they run where your address, they know the medium base
based off of your social based off your social security number, they can determine your race.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's so imperative. That's why you gotta have that. It's always date of birth social. You gotta have that social.
Right.
You know, that social tells a lot. Those 9 digits tell a lot about you. You know what I'm saying? That you don't.
Are we the only country with that system? Or is that like worldwide type of thing?
You know, that I'm not, you know, that I'm not sure about it, but I am sure we are. I think every country may have the birth certificates and all of that, but if you think of
I would assume birth certificates. You gotta, you know how. But I'm not sure if every country has a SSN.
Yeah, that's something that's something we need to research and you know what I'm saying, and get some facts on and stuff and see about that, because you know that's an interesting question, and man, that's a need to know. And that's a need to know, because you know, this system, the United States, is like we spoke on the last show. It's based on money, man. It's the whole everything's a bank, bro. So
like you said, it's not a country. It's not a country. It's a corporation.
It's a corporation.
This ain't even a country.
So,
yeah.
So when we look at it like that, bro, I, you know, and I mean, but we, you know, it's crazy, but that's just how it is. But I think the big question is though, you know, because you think even with the military, you know, they can be, you know, quite deceiving and you know, kind of shady and their endeavors also. So would the military be somebody you would want to police the police? You know what I'm saying? No. You know, so I guess
I think it's up to the I think it's up to the people to police the police. Because first of all, they should be held in civil service.
Generally,
it's supposed to be up for the people to decide everything. If we know if we study the history of this country,
yeah, right.
But that's we see that's not happening. The people elected the government. You know what I'm saying? It's not the other way around. Psychologically, we think they're in charge.
Right. Because that's regular. That's regular.
The country belongs to the people.
Regular social studies, bro. You know we the people. What's the saying?
We the people.
We the people. Yep. It doesn't say the U.S. government. It says we the people.
Bingo.
That's a good point. Yeah.
We run the world
in big bold letters.
Right.
The biggest boldest letters.
Yeah. Essentially, we run the world, and we you know the people, the voters. We put people in office, and we have the power to get them out of office. But you know. And you know, and the thing about that is, we spoke a little bit on this about the census and all of this on the last show, and we were saying, you know, the reason why we don't get the funding and the monies we need in these neighborhoods is because everybody don't fill out the census. You know, if everybody knows what we're capable of and what we can do as a unit, a whole lot of stuff will be different. But I think we spend so much time, man, fighting against each other. You know,
ain't no accident.
Instead of coming together, it's all conditioning again. Another show. You know, so you know, I think if people come together and realize the power that we hold as a unit, and start putting some of the things into motion, the things that we want to change, actually really getting together, fighting for them, signing petitions, voting, and doing all the right things, we could gain a lot of control back when it comes to that aspect. And we could put in, you know, as far as like sheriffs and governors and senators and all that, we can get the right people in office. But you know that, you know, it started at the village, bro. It started at home, man. We got to get out here and do the right shit, you know. And
get out
are we too far gone as a people, though?
Are
we too far gone as a people?
I mean, yeah, and
the way they got this shit set up, like bro said earlier, it ain't no accident. Like everything is there for a reason, and so the way our minds work is like it's almost like you. So say for instance, the entrepreneur versus the employee. Now, that I don't sell rich or whatever like that, knowing it's gonna take some risk and like that, but shit, you would do it for another motherfucker to make him rich. But damn, it's almost like we conditioned to be like, I need that check on Friday. You understand what I'm saying? Because on the entrepreneur side of it, that check might not come on Friday. You know what I'm saying? You might miss a couple of Fridays, but then that Monday might hit. And then nigga, you might be up time 10. You dig what I'm saying? It's just about how you go at it. But we condition in our brain to be like, fuck all that risk shit. I'm going to make sure that money be that Friday.
I want the right now. I want the right now. But then again, that go back in terms of, you know, the small sacrifice for the big gain. You know, sometimes, you know, we got to nitpick at shit a little here and there, a little here and there, a little here and there. It's, you know, and it ain't about how much you get accomplished at the time. It's about being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Because you may just be able to do a little here, a little there, a little there, but you got to be consistent and you got to continue to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And shit like that. It ain't gonna happen overnight. You know, we've been down for 400 plus years. And honestly, me personally, I think it's been a whole lot longer. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on where you were at during that time. But I mean, they didn't get everybody. They ain't like it's the biggest continent on the planet. They didn't just take everybody. Now, it was still some niggas who got on.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, but I think you got to kind of
feel you on the 400 and odd situation. But it was, there's some people who didn't even have this part of that part of the history interrupted like that.
Right,
they got the
correct.
Yeah, they got the first. Like, you ever think about like where we would be if that shit never happened? Like, if, like they just never came and fuck with us, just let us flourish and prosper and do what we was doing for centuries prior to them even knowing about shit like this.
And
you know what I'm saying? Like, where would we be at right now?
You would be probably what's on your shirt. You probably wouldn't be wearing that shirt. You'd probably be walking that land.
Yeah, probably. You
know what I'm saying?
I mean, I should be. Or, I mean, unless I travel to do some other shit. But yeah, I mean, well, I would at least have been there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but those things, we never know. And those are things that we can know. But, like, so much of us been, our history been stripped, man. So a lot of us, like me personally, I've been doing a lot of digging, me and my sister over the years, trying to trace down and hunt down a family tree. Now, personally, I ain't giving my blood to the DNA sites, and I ain't doing that. So we do regular research, like we pull up old census reports and stuff like that, and we just keep going back and back from there. And we got kind of far to where we know a little bit, but we are still here. As far as we got back, we still here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? We ain't broke the plane to go back, to figure where we really came from. So, but and then I think all of that is kind of important. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. G, you still on mute, homie?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, everybody good. So yeah, back at the topic, man. I it was nice. It would be nice to know where the hell I came from. My mom, where the bloodline really started from.
Yeah.
But
what's your lineage, man?
Yeah, man.
Like, everybody know that. Like, everybody know that. That's the shit. Like my white friends and shit. Like, them boy know. Like, oh my people was Scottish, or they was this or they was that. We don't know that.
Yeah, right.
We don't know where our people was from. We could have been from 3 different countries, just the 3 of us right here.
For real.
You could have been from Nambia. You could have been from Zaire. I could have been from Mozambique or somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and just on another note,
like, you don't know that.
Yeah. What are you? What if you? And if we knew, what are you entitled to? Like, it's so many unanswered questions.
That's deep too.
You can be,
it's a whole
based on your bloodline, bro. You can own some shit. A lot of this shit could basically be yours, but we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So so and these discussions,
even from the indigenous people here that was here before they came over here too, like, because like I said, we've been traveling, but like, even like my grandfather, I never met him. My mom's dad, like, he was 100% indigenous. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't like shit. Just ain't just start like how all that other shit got mixed up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's crazy, man. Like, there's so much more that we worth and owed.
Right, for real. But
then look at more that we are owed.
Look at the Indians and the Native Americans in North Carolina. They got what is it? Reparations. And they got it in the form of like land and hundreds of millions of dollars and
which is cool. I mean, that might not be enough for what they did, but that's cool. But I mean, we ain't getting nothing. And I mean, I ain't hating on them. Good for them, because they're not who I'm upset with it about. Good for them. That's great for them.
Right.
Where we at?
Yeah. Yeah, but my point being is that these people knew who they were. They fought against you know, everything that was against them, all, you know, all the negative shit, all of, you know, this, that, and third, they fought and they got back what was owed to them. They, well, I wouldn't say all of it, but when you looking at, when you're looking at hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars going out to families and countless acres of land and all going out to families and stuff, you know, that's a start. That's something, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, for us, in our case, as a Black community, so much of us don't know where we're from, man. You know, so it's kind of hard to say what you may be entitled to, what you not entitled to, because you don't know where you're from. We could very well be from families that haven't been enslaved.
That part. Like I said, we all weren't just slaves.
Bingo. So you look at, we jump deep down in the rabbit hole, man, and you know that, but them the truths about it. And all of us were not slaves. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, and once again, this is for a different topic, man. This for us to do some research, some reading, some studying, and figuring out some things, because, hey, you know, who's to say we out here all fighting for a 40 acre and a mule, but we could be from families that owe some people some 40 acres and a mule. You know what I'm saying? But let's dive down in the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Just being real with it. So, you know, we got a lot of people, we complain about a lot of stuff, but we don't know the real truths yet until everybody kind of know the truth and can trace their shit back to see where they really came from. Then you can have kind of the right to, you know, say what you're owed, say what you're entitled to, and stuff like that. But I don't know right now. And, you know, from what I do know, from my family, though, my family, you know, they were slaves. So, you know, and, you know, so I can talk that shit. Nigga, I want my 40 acres and a mule. You know what I'm saying? I can be on that shit, you know, but I mean, just saying it the right way, though. Everybody ain't from that land. Everybody ain't from that part of life.
I feel you. I mean, but nigga with a name like Thomas, I know my people was slaves.
Right, I'm a Jefferson, bro.
Yeah, you got the most fucked up name of them all.
And we know Thomas. And then look at it, Thomas
think about
Jefferson.
That guy.
You heard me?
Ain't that crazy?
Thomas
Jefferson. That's wild. That's wild.
And we know that we know that nigga was fucking some niggas. That's it. We know that for a fact.
Raping some niggas. He was raping some niggas.
He got it.
Right.
He damn sure got his chunk of Negro pie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's wild.
You know, but that's neither here nor there. But you know, since we're on the topic, man, but we're gonna roll on out of this one, y'all. We're gonna come back to it another show. There's so much to be discussed with this shit. So, but on another note, man, let's keep it coming to the people, Mr. Thomas, man. Let's hit him with another one, bro.
True that. Y'all guys fuck with hoes, Jay?
All day.
For sure.
My guy.
All day.
They want shit. Well, you know, we can all agree Dog had a very elaborate career, a great career, you know,
most definitely a long
running, and a nigga legs still warm. The nigga he could run, he could take a lap if he needs to right now, you know.
Yeah, he could run.
But it's always been this thing that's been kind of staying on his career. It's been the whole Big thing, like God bless Big.
Yeah, rest in peace,
you know
Big
Big
Smalls.
was dope. But like a lot of people always throw that whole if Big was alive, Jay would have did that one album, blah blah blah, all that shit. And on the Pusha T shit, he just referenced the shit. I know you heard the shit, Fly. You probably heard the shit.
Yeah,
you know, like, he referenced the shit. You know, like if Big was alive, you know what I'm saying? And how do y'all brothers feel, hypothetically speaking, of let's say Big was still out there, still putting out albums, bangers, whatever? How would have Jay-Z, in y'all eyes, fared in that climate?
I think we still would have had a Jay-Z.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that. Yeah.
Yeah, we still would have. I think he summed it up perfectly on the track. If Big still would have been alive, y'all would have got the commission. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he summed that up perfect. Yeah. Like I think he still would have been a Jay-Z. That go back to like when motherfuckers say, if Aaliyah was still here, wouldn't be no Beyonce, or Pac was still here, wouldn't be no whoever. Like, come on, man, you can't shit on nobody like that
Yeah,
That's almost like
a great one. A great gonna be great.
Yeah,
regardless. Whoever.
Yeah,
regardless,
yeah.
Right?
Some
That's
things just destined,
that's a hating type of attitude too. For me to say, nigga, shit, if Beef still live in South Carolina, bro, it wouldn't have been no Mr. Thomas. That's like some hating shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
like, what?
You can cut that shit. You can cut that pie any kind of way. You can say it in sports. You can say, well, if it wasn't the motherfucking Mike, if it wasn't if Magic wasn't there, what about Mike? Or if Mike wasn't there, what about Kobe? Or we can go 100 ways with that. I think just in perspective of sports or anything, I think when you got somebody that's on a level with you, I think that pushes greatness. So even if Big was alive, I think both of those artists, Jay-Z, Notorious Big, I think they both would have elevated. I think they would have been even greater at what they were doing.
Yeah.
I think because with the competition, man, that's just a push. That's motivation. And like I said, like Jay said, y'all would have got the commission because it would have been a lot of collabs, bro. It would have been a lot of collabs.
Jay was out here when Big was alive, bro. Big was just first.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Like, hey, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I heard Big way before I heard Jay. I went to a big concert. Big came down here. I was a young man, like 95 or something, 94. But anyway,
like bullshit type time.
All that type of shit, Junior Mafia type shit, like Lil Kim and all them. Okay, yeah. But anyway, dig it. Now I heard Jay for the first time, man. The homeboy T, TB. Shout out to T, man. But T was like, the homie, man. He from up top, but he was down here for most of his life, back and forth. So like, he was a little older, so he used to always put me on this shit. And I go over there, listen to shit. I heard that Reasonable Doubt, dog. Like, I was a youngin', it's probably early 97, some shit like that. And shit was like, hold on real quick.
Yeah, but shit, like I say, Jay would have been here regardless, bro.
Yeah, and like I said too, I think it would have been a more elevated Jay, man. Listen, the double and triple montages, man. If you think that's something now, man, imagine if he had to tip the scale in his favor. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. Because, like, just say, okay, just you getting Jay like that when he in the studio by himself. Imagine if he had to be in the studio with Big, like having to one up this dude. Yeah, you gonna get it. Yeah, it's gonna be elevated. You're right. That's true.
And I mean, you think about it though. Yeah. You gotta think of their mentors and the people they looked up to. You gotta look at what's his name? KRS-One and was it Big L? Big Daddy Kane.
Big L. Yep.
Them the guys that inspired them guys. And so I think and inspired me too. You too, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that aspect, man, that kind of keeps you motivated, man, to want to do better and be better. So when you got two great competitors, what happens on the basketball court, man? It's a good game.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what
we're going
saying?
At it. Straight up, we're going at it. I think that's just a way for people to what's the word? Kind of like push to the side your accomplishments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When somebody says something like that, that's why I say like to say something like that is kind of coming from a nature of hatred. You know what I'm saying? It's like a slight to somebody.
That's that crab in the bucket. That's that crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah, like come on, man. If you gonna be, I think you said it earlier. If you were great, bro, if you were supposed to be great at something, you gonna be great regardless, man. It don't even, I think ain't nobody else gonna stop you.
I think last week we spoke about something. We was like everybody glorified the negative shit. So that's like a motherfucker saying, oh yeah, he got a lot of money and he's successful, but he worked for it all his life, so he's a square. But you know, you get the
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. You know,
that's real.
Give the props when the props do, man. You know, hard work is hard work, man. No matter how you got to get it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. You don't.
Absolutely.
You don't have to live dangerous as fuck to be, you know, to be real and shit. And people get it misconstrued, man. People, you know, the wrong definition of real, nigga. Real ain't murdering. Real ain't going to jail.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying, and all of that shit like that. So that's what it is, man. That's that crab mentality, man. Let motherfucker be great and congratulate people when they're doing well. You know what I'm saying? And if Biggie was here, and I'm sure Jay would have been so prominent. You know what I'm saying in this business. You know what I'm saying. So I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take nothing away from Jay, and I ain't gonna take nothing away from Big, but you know, you're saying you gotta let it be what it be. Them guys would have did so much collabs, there would have been so much money, you know, running through the streets of NY. And on top of that, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, you know what would have happened also? Is that the music scene would have been a larger influence on the music scene in up north in New York and stuff like that. You know, the South may not have caught on so quick if those were
even that. I disagree with that. Well, you know what? I kind of do agree with you with that. I feel like the South would emerge eventually anyway, but I do feel like because of that bullshit, East Coast, West Coast bullshit, it did allow the South to like, all right, I see how these motherfuckers rocking, but let us come together and start like, you know what I'm saying, uplifting each other. You know what I mean? Instead of, even though in the South you had rap beefs and shit like that, but it wasn't it wasn't never really like that for real. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And
since we on it, no, since we speak in from music and shit like that on that note, who you think like southern regions? Who you think like was like, I guess, the first to tip the scale on the major scene as far as with South music? Southern music.
If I'm gonna be all the way 100, I had to say Uncle Luke and them boys in Miami. If I'm a but for me personally, for my taste, I would have to say Outkast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, because the only reason why I say that because Uncle Luke and them, you know, them boys beat they won the Supreme Court. Like where you can put the parental, that's the reason for the parental advisory tag on the shit. And so that was
yeah, that
can't get no bigger than that for real. But then as far as like in my lane, as far as what I was listening to, what I was around, it was Outkast was probably like the first group from the South that I was like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like these boys popping and everybody fuck with them. It ain't like no down south thing, you feel me? It ain't regional.
Yeah, it wasn't regional. Yeah. And that's kind of what I on. And I also I was thinking kind of like Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason I say Texas is because, you know, with the Texas entertainers and the musicians, bro, and the rappers, bro, you know, it been a time when them guys actually are like they were one. Texas was Texas. That was the rap scene out of Texas, whether it was fucking Houston or Fort Worth and Dallas, or you know what I'm saying, Oak Cliff, wherever them guys, they all fucking meshed together, bro, and they created music, and they kind of you know, they've been consistent for a while, bro, and you couldn't
that was around like 2000, right? Like around like year 2000, something like that. Maybe I might be off of that. Them years back there, kind of.
But then, from your region, 8Ball, MJG.
Yeah. 8Ball, MJG, 3-6. A lot of them boys. There's a bunch of motherfuckers I can name, but at the same time, I feel like that was regional at the time because you had them boys had Tennessee on lock, they had Texas on lock, Georgia. The whole Southeast, really, you know what I'm saying, and Texas, and then some out there in California. Like people was really fucking with Memphis, but that was you know, y'all ever heard of Selecto Hits? There was a distribution company back in the G called Selecto Hits. So now you could be, instead of you didn't have to sign a major, you could have been an independent and fuck with Selecto Hits, and now your shit was in California and out west, down south, everywhere, maybe up north a little too. I'm not sure, but that's how a lot of them boys that like a lot of them cats in Memphis that a lot of people might not know about, but they were pumping out of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you get your player flies from, your Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, your Gangsta Black, all these guys that really people don't really know about. They underground, but they were moving units back in the.
Yeah, but see, we know because the South, because we from the South, and see.
Y'all do right. Y'all from the South, right.
Yeah, we down. You know, you think that you go ESG and man, it's so many, man.
And all them boys. Yeah.
So you know, but that's in that's thing. I think kind of, and I commend them boys in Texas, bro, because them boys they came together and they did a lot of good music, man, and they and kind of shouts out to Pimp.
Already.
Rest in peace, Pimp.
Already.
But he been a big you got to kind of give him credit for a lot of that, the movement down there in Texas and shit too, because he on top of that, that boy was a mediator too, man. He kind of got them boys to squashing all of the bullshit and coming together and making money and shit, and that's why I kind of say Texas on that note what we was talking about, Fly, because even though you had Luke and them down MIA, you mean like as far as a whole unity on a grand scheme of things, Luke wasn't playing fair. Right. Luke had that artist and he been fucking them boys over and doing all that kind of crazy shit. So
I'm talking about as far. I thought you were saying as far as like what was the first like kind of like nationwide impactful group from the South. They're like was the whole nation was fucking with these boys.
Well, yeah, like in a sense, because them boys went. Now, Two Live Crew did some. Them boys sold some fucking records, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys sold some fucking records, man. So they did cause a lot of controversy and they made a lot of goddamn headlines. But yeah. But
you had to put Uncle Luke on the level of Hugh Hefner and the other cat that made a hustler. I forget that dude name. You had to put him on that level.
But who else?
Flint, there you go, bro.
Who else they had down there at the time? Was it just like Luke them boys in like 95 South? Was it the Quad City DJs or some shit? Or was that Atlanta?
That's Luke way before them. Luke way before.
Yeah, but he kind of started.
That was Atlanta, I think, too. But no, that might have been Miami. But Luke was way before them, though.
Yeah,
he the grandfather of that.
Yeah, then that's why.
It's way before your Rick Rosses and Trick Daddy Dollars and all that type of shit. It's way before them.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up to that shit.
Hell yeah.
Same thing in Georgia. Georgia was the same way. You know what I'm saying? What is it? MC Shot D and them boys, and I forget the other cat name. Whoever made that cocaine song. I forget the dude's name. But yeah.
All right, so we there with that. That's it. Mr. Thomas Bad, what up, man? Come on, man. We're gonna run on into another one, man. Let's see what we got for the folks, man. Let's keep this shit interesting, man.
What y'all think about KD, man? Kevin Durant. A lot of people say that.
Niggas got takes. Niggas got takes, boy. That fucking bees laugh, boy.
Nah, because this just reminded me of another discussion though when we was talking about LeBron. I think now we talking in terms about not winning or what's the buzz? What's the tabloids? Is that what we talking about? G, that's what we talking about, him not winning.
We talking everything as a whole career scale. I mean, I'm talking from the Supersonics, nigga, to the Nets.
I like what you did though. That was dope. I mean, I don't think he's done. He ain't over.
I'm not saying he's done, but I mean, what's his legacy? We always we nitpicking at Bron. And, I mean, what's KD's legacy?
And that's why I at with that. Let me tell you something, man. KD's a good player. I like Kevin Durant personally. I really like this man as a basketball
great player. He's a great scorer.
I like this man.
Great. Yeah.
You know, he do his thing, but let me tell you something, bro. When you out there, bro, and you the face of the team, bro, you supposed to be winning. You supposed to be bringing home the championship. So, bro, when you're
supposed to be doing something more than what he did in that series.
Like that.
Win or lose.
You know, so you
got those numbers ain't KD like.
Absolutely not. And you remember, not to jump off KD, but you remember when with Carmelo Anthony, when he first, I think, is this when he first went to the Knicks? Or before he got, and like he had the mindset of he was getting paid anyway, so he didn't feel he should be able to have to perform. You know what I'm saying? Because his money was guaranteed. Bro, I
don't want those guys on my roster. To be real with you.
You know, so but you know, in some sense, man, it make you think of if that's what these guys going through these niggas' head when they out there balling, man. You know what I'm saying? It come to a point, you know, be like, you know, it was all for nothing. I ain't won enough. We made it this far, but we losing. Do I just throw in the towel and say fuck it? You know what I'm saying? Or do you, as a professional, go out there and give it 100? You know what I'm saying? Every time you in the court, you know, dude. What do you think? You think
we came up watching? We came up watching a different.
We ain't talking about a perennial all-star in the league. We talking a perennial, basic, you know, face of the league type for a generation. You know what I'm saying? You got your Brons and Stephs and those guys from that generation. He's one of those faces. Mm-hmm. Those guys are really more accomplished than he is. If you look at everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think he got some more seasons in him. I think, and you know.
Oh, he ain't done for him.
He ain't done it all.
Yeah, I think he got some more seasons, explosive seasons where he gonna get some numbers and carry the team somewhere and stuff. Now, that I don't know.
At first, even I was like, LeBron gonna get old and then he gonna fade out. He gonna be KD League. This before like Giannis and all those dudes came up or whatever. But then it was like, first off, it's like LeBron. I don't know. He might play till 50. Who knows with that nigga? You know, like, but
be the basketball aside from
Bron, man.
You know the basketball.
But aside from Bron, is like I said, there's some dudes like Giannis now, and those other dudes. You know, like look at the Joker and like.
Giannis.
Is KD really the best player in basketball?
Giannis. Oh, but I thought I would hear him talk to Giannis, the best player in the league right now.
I mean, can KD beat Giannis? That answers your question right there. I don't know. If
we're not going to see that this year. We're not going to see that this year.
Right.
Next year might be too late, boy. Next year might be too late.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. And then these goddamn Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know. They still
talk about it.
Huh?
Yeah. How you mean? You playing Golden State?
They lost game one. No, they lost game one against Golden State.
By 1 point. We lost by 1 point.
That's gonna be a hell of a series.
That's gonna be a hell of a series. And we left it all on the court. The ball balling.
And that's where we at. That's when we at. We got Giannis. You got that boy Morant with the Grizzlies. You got they got like the top like four.
You got the Joker. Hey, that boy bad. No, don't sleep on the Joker.
Listen.
And the man slow motion, everything, and then the whole game slow down when he get the ball. Like everybody slow down. He moving slow motion. Everybody moving. Offense, defense, and this man getting off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bad boy.
Luka still out there.
Luka's straight. I do like how the big men are emerging more now.
That's what I was about to say. That's where we're going.
not huge on Embiid, but you know Embiid's up there too. Like the big guys are starting to reemerge.
Right, and that's exactly where I was about to go at. That's exactly right where you say the big man, because if we go top 20 players right now in the league, 10 of them are big men. And that was scoring, that's with rebounds, that's with block shots, that's with Give
10
me
of them though.
Huh?
10
I'm trying to.
I don't know.
I ain't talking. I don't know if
centers.
10. I could probably give like 4 to 6. 7,
I ain't talking
I don't
centers.
know. You never know.
Talking forward, small forward, center.
6'10" and up. 6'10", 6'11", 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talking out of the top. I talking out of the top 20. And then I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm talking new ballers.
I mean, look at the scoring race. The scoring race is between 3 big men. It was between Giannis, Embiid, and the Joker.
And Joker,
you know, like,
and
like the big boys coming back.
And you don't
coming back,
and the numbers going up on the board. You don't. You remember the numbers used to be like super like offsetted. Like you get the center may score, 10 points, 9 points a game. You get this, the small forwards 10, 12, then you got your shooting guards, your PGs putting up 20 points a game, 25, 30 points a game. The big man putting that up now. The big guy's putting that up now, 20 points a game.
The big man stepping out and shooting the 3 on your dumb ass too.
What we talked about. But I mean, and we talk about the evolution of the game, but like I say, I'd rather for the big man to stay down there and ramp up on you. Was it Giannis? Be the big man. Giannis and Joker and what other boy you mentioned?
I'll say, but like Giannis has the athleticism that he can create outside of the paint though. He's he's athletic like that. But I mean, as far as like the Joker, I love what he does. I like DeAndre Ayton in Phoenix. Who I like? I like some big. I always liked your boy Adams.
Oh yeah, talk about it.
Adams is rough as hell. He's rough as nails. Like I like that.
Talk about
that's
my
how
guy,
big
right? Talk about my guy.
Yeah, that's how big guys
supposed to play. Adams. Steven Adams.
He's always been like that. Like any team, Oklahoma, whoever. Like he's always been.
He played for Chicago too, right?
A big man.
Oh, I'm tripping. He didn't play for the Shot?
Man, I can't remember.
I might be tripping. I think I'm confusing them with another dude. I think I'm confusing him with. I can't remember cat name.
He's a heavy hitter. I like the big guys, man, the rough guys. And we all love the shooters and the finesse guys, but we still need them big, what I'm saying? Don't go down there and slip it,
And what's KD? What's KD? KD like fucking what? 6'9", 6'10" or some shit like that?
No, KD's 6'11". On paper, I mean, KD might be 7 foot tall.
Right.
Listed about 6'11", something like that.
Yeah. And this the guy
he's long as hell, but he's long as shit. His arms and legs are.
So moving forward, what you think? What you think is going for KD to be, all right out there in the game?
When I first seen him come in the league, way back in the GL, the first thing that came to my mind is, he's good enough, but he's too small. He's too little. I was like, he'll never make it. I didn't think he was gonna make it. He proved me wrong on that, hands down. Like he made it, and he overseed making it. But as far as him to be that guy, I think maybe put on a couple pounds, get a little physical, add a little physicality to the game. We all know you nice off the hands and you can shoot. We know you got handles and you can pull up from wherever. We know that, but imagine if he could bang on you too, put a little weight on you, and put
that wasn't the boy missing, man. That wasn't the boy.
I mean, for that height, you gotta kind of utilize that shit.
Yeah.
He listed at 6'10". He listed at 6'10", 240.
Nah, KD's like 6'11", man. He gotta be. Or he might just have some long. He might just be a long, leaky nigga, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just say that's what he listed at.
But then at the same time, what I think KD. Now I wonder what they have Kevin Garnett listed as.
Garnett was listed at what, 6'10", I believe.
6'10", could have been 6'11", or 6'9", 6'10", could maybe 6'10",
6'11".
6'11", and with the weight.
I don't got the weight on there.
Wow. They probably got him at 240 also.
Right, probably the same. Yeah,
probably.
You gotta watch this. You gotta watch it. 240. Damn, he called it. He called it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I say that to say that because them boys built like Garnett is a slim guy too, but
Garnett
way more solid.
Garnett had guns and shit. Yeah. Garnett man, Durant is like damn near free. If he didn't play basketball, if you just seen this dude walking, you'd be like, "Hey, you want to get this nigga a sandwich?" Like like you see this linky on.
Hey, word.
Slim,
And I like what you was doing in that too, because that's how he be walking. Like, bro, what the fuck what's wrong with you, man? Like,
I'm just flowing away in the wind and shit.
And absolutely, and that's what I know too. Because I wasn't gonna call it. I wasn't gonna call it. Now I wasn't gonna say shit, but when you said 240, I was like, boy, ain't no goddamn way. That why I was like, well, damn.
Hey, I was about to say that.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett. So they got them both listed at 240. Even when Kevin Garnett came in the league, he had a muscular frame to him. He was kind of
he was little, but he was muscular.
Yeah, it'd be like
Durant was just little. I was like,
like Kevin a box
like,
that's the difference.
He can shoot, he can dribble.
This the shit. It'd be like Kevin to box your ass off. Bob slam the shit out Durant. That's the
man word. Hey,
that's kind of the mindset of that shit. Like,
that word.
Yeah, Kevin and knock but that's bullshit too. But I mean,
Garnett had more. He had more intensity. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like in your face, like, bro.
Yeah, he been an animal.
I'm coming through.
He been rough.
I'm coming through, bro.
He definitely was a rough one. Mm-hmm. That's
he was South Carolina, right?
Yeah, Greenville.
Originally.
You know it.
Greenville.
You know it. You know it. Not originally the whole damn time. The whole damn time. Not originally.
Yeah.
Carolina kid.
That boy got some beats though. Morant, Zion, Garnett, Middleton.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we gonna put an asterisk by Zion for the time being. See what happens.
Why y'all
for the time being? I dig it, and I dig it.
We don't want him to be on no Greg Golden shit or that. Remember Greg Golden? That nigga played like 13 games or something, man.
Word. Utah, ain't it?
I don't even know. I think he did 13 warm-ups. I know he did 13 warm-ups at least. I'm like, I can't even confirm the games. I have to look that up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I think I had a basketball card, a dog back in the G. That nigga had his warm-ups on then. He didn't even have his damn jersey. He had his damn warm-ups on.
That's crazy.
I think Anthony Davis played like 5 more games than he has in the career.
Whole time. Real shit.
Yeah, Anthony Davis got him by 5 games.
That's fucked up, boy. Come on, AD.
So, Mr. Thomas, your chances of Kevin Durant making the playoffs next season.
I think they'll definitely make the playoffs next season. Yeah, with Kyrie for a full 82 games, no restrictions. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll probably be.
When Kyrie ever played 82 games? When Kyrie ever played 82 games?
Don't drag the kid. When has anybody ever played? They ain't better select a few players who playing nowadays all games. So if you're gonna judge him, judge everybody. Because don't nobody star wise play all 82 or 70. Some of them, So let's not do that. Mm-hmm. He's eligible to play all games next season. Mm-hmm. The kid gonna shine on him regardless.
I think the only person
they're gonna be all right.
I think the only
first
person
round,
that played.
First round for them guys.
I think Wilt Chamberlain played the most games out of a season than any other player still to this day. I think
it wasn't as physical back then, though.
Yeah, man.
Was he playing against?
He still ran like 76 minutes, bro, in a game, bro, or some shit like that. So that's still a lot.
I mean, that is crazy, though. That is crazy.
That's what we talking about. I thought all that other shit. We ain't gonna get back into that last week discussion. Now, I'm just saying, this man ain't nobody played as many minutes in a game as this man. Now I don't care.
No, 76 minutes is.
that Will Chamberlain did that. So
a game ain't even 76. The game ain't even 76.
Oh, well, my bad. I mean, 76 games. 76 games out of 76 games out of season, man. You know what the fuck I meant.
That's crazy, right? I know, but that's crazy too, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, that part though. Yeah. So you was like Kyrie, 82 plays, 82 games, but Will Chamberlain, nigga, damn, they played all of them.
I'm just saying, let's say even if Kyrie plays 60 games, that team is gonna be a threat. Let's say it like that.
Yeah.
That just mean more than he was able to play this year.
And that boy,
they'll get to the first round. They'll get to the first round. They'll make it to the first round, man. I don't know what they're gonna do after that.
With that shit, niggas be hyped when they team be finally good. Now niggas just
listen to the song.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Listen to the song. That boy crazy.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's all good. It's all good, but so yeah, all right, Kevin, we think you're gonna be all right next season, man. Just go hard when you get out there, man. Don't be with all the bullshit. And you got some help. So hopefully things look up for y'all, boys. Look up for y'all next season and shit like that.
Do Simmons play next year?
Huh?
Do y'all think Simmons gonna play? Ben Simmons. Y'all think he play next year? Ben Simmons. Right. All right. Now I get it. Nah, I dig it. I dig it.
You said Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Shit, nigga.
You think he play next season?
I think let me tell you what
knows? Who knows? That's a variable that you can't really count on at this point. That's one of those whenever he can do whatever, that's cool. Is the guy even mentally gonna be even in that space to be in that competitive on that level that he was prior to whatever transpired in his life? I don't know.
Didn't Ben Simmons play? Ben Simmons played for Chicago Bulls, didn't he?
Philly.
Philly.
Oh. Yeah. He came from Philly to Brooklyn. Yeah, that was yeah. I don't know. But bro, right, man. That's the roll of the dice. You never know.
What the hell is drill music?
Oh, drill. Boy, I don't know. Nicki Minaj, Nicki Minaj, them doing drill music now too. So,
I think when it's done, when it's done right, it could be.
Well, I mean, I guess I've heard it, but didn't know it was.
It was drill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I be hearing a lot of because I'm not into the drill music scene myself, but yeah, I mean, look, I look at it like this right here. When I was coming up, it was a lot of shit that hold on, let me read this to y'all right quick. Drill is a style of trap music. It progressed into the American mainstream in early 2010s, following the success of rappers and producers like Chief Keef, Lil Durk, Lil Reese, Fredo Santana. Man, let me stop reading this. This is Wikipedia. But yeah, so the thing about it, like when I was coming up, you go back and listen to like old No Limit, old Cash Money, whatever we were listening to. Right. It really depends on the consumer of the music, the listener of the music. Like if you gonna go out here, if Ice Cube can if you can listen to an Ice Cube record and go out here and do something you ain't got no damn business doing, then that's on you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the music. But down there, this real shit, I think it's just the way, maybe the way it's being presented. Maybe I really can't even say that because I mean that's how music been presented forever.
It's like fashion, man. You know, it went from swag and then it went from pushing P. You know what I'm saying? So
that shit lasted about all the damn a month.
But
that pussy P shit lasted all about a month.
Yeah, that's
I still be hearing it. I still don't know what it means.
From what I get from it, you know how they take like swag and made it like a general term. Like, yeah, you dress nice, you know, you got swag, you know, you ride nice, you got swag, your overall mannerisms, yeah, you swaggy. However, that's what I think pushing P is, man. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I see it, you know. But
Right.
yeah, and I think, and just like that, I think, you know, they just call it drill. They gave it a term, I guess, for the type of beat and you know, I can think
it's definitely a style of music.
yeah, it's a style of the beat and all of that, and with that bass line and stuff. I think, and it just, but as far as lyrically, essentially, it's still the same type of music. It's just a type of beat. I mean, it's the
I can't fuck with it. I tried to fuck with Fabio Foreign. He dropped his album.
Everything sounded the same though. Everything sounded exactly the same, bro.
It was great. It was all right. It just wasn't for me. It just ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that just ain't for me, man. Like I say, back in the G, I tried to put my old man on Pastor Troy. You know what I'm saying? And
so
he looked dead at me.
What y'all saying basically, what y'all saying by the drill though, it's not a regional thing. Cause y'all said Chief Keef and them guys and Dirk, and they from Chicago, and then you was like Fabio, he from NY, and so it's just so everybody's doing it everywhere.
Everybody doing the drill.
It started regional, but then everybody started picking it up and shit like that.
Because that shit was originally like Chicago or something like that.
Right, that was a Chicago thing.
Like Chicago thing, and then man, and shit, man, they pick it up. They doing it over there and fucking like England and shit like that now. And
London. Them London boys be on that.
Yeah, they on that drill music and shit right now. And and basically to me, the only similarities I see with all the drill music is that bass line, bro. And the bass line and how they run the cymbals, bro. And I take it as not just being you know, how they coming off lyrically. I think it's that style of beat, like, you know, like salsa got that, you know, when salsa come on, it never gonna be the same person singing the salsa, but the beat you just know it's a salsa. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the rhythm, like
the rhythm of the beat. The rhythm. Yeah, like that. If you hear some reggaeton, you know it's like, yeah, that's reggaeton.
Compare that shit to crunk. Crunk music. Back in the day, it was like its own little thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like, the motherfuckers older than us didn't like crunk. Motherfuckers like, man, what the fuck is all this hollering and shit on the damn record for?
Just like we were talking about Two Live Crew, that era of music, like the booty shake music.
Same difference.
That. Just like you know, if that's some fuck, it's just like if you know, that's some classical music coming on, or that's some pop music, or that's some rock, you can tell by the beat. But I can best describe it like reggae. You hear a reggaeton beat or reggae beat, you know, be like, yeah, that's about to be some reggaeton. Or you hear some salsa or some calypso, you know, that's kind of how I know when it's a drill, when it's the beat come on and that type of beat, I'd be like, yeah, that's one of them drill songs.
Right.
So that's you know, lyrically, it's all the same as everybody else. Everybody, you know, getting a point across in a different cadence.
What is the point though? I mean, what is it conveying to the listeners, to the kids or whoever who's up on it?
I think
mostly positive outlook, or mostly negative, or just straddling the fence, or pretty much everything else. What's that boy?
Fabio, whatever.
Fabio
Foreign. I heard a track with him, and I think I want to say it was Nicki Minaj.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's Nicki Minaj's new record.
Okay, and but as far as that song, that's considered drill, but they didn't promote it. Maybe could have been a little, you know, a hip hop, but it wouldn't doing no more promoting to anything negative than any other hip hop song. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of them, some drill music I hear, you know, it shoot them up, it pull out the sticks, and you know,
some of that shit I don't even listen to.
We smoking your homie Tuka and them and Lil Bubba them and the blunt. You know, now, hey, bro, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't look at that shit no different as
no, we came from some disrespectful ass lyrics.
Yeah, first off, fuck your bitch in the clip you claim. West Side,
right? Hey, word.
I look at that shit.
That ain't drill music. Hey, that is drill music, man. Pocket.
Now, let's not. I mean, but let's look now. Let's look at it now. What I can say now. And we can't even say that because I've been gonna put age into the equation. But when Pac and them boys was getting up on the main screen, them boys was damn near just like 17, 18 years old, and maybe a little. So same type of shit. I was gonna say, the listeners and the people doing the music are getting younger. Yeah, there's some getting young, but that shit's still kind of the same, bro. It's still kind of like what I'm saying, and it's the same shit with Disney, man. Disney had these kids being entertainers at 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. This is our Disney, bro. It's our Disney. It's the black people Disney, bro. The music gonna get more explicit, and the artists and the entertainers gonna get even younger, bro, as the years go. But, what can I say, dude?
You gotta kind of Daniel go through what you listen to, what you like, or whatever like that. Everything ain't gonna be for us. Even some of the things that the younger folk down there listen to, it might not. Shit, when I was young, I was listening to some shit that I was like, yo, I know, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this dude talking about? Mm-hmm. But it was the shit back then. But now if I listen to it, I'd be like, man, it might give me I forget the word, but it might make me remember those times, and that's why I like the song. But you listen to the bars and the songs, you listen to the lyrics, you be like, bro, I was tripping. What the fuck I used to like this shit? But I might have been 15, 16 years old listening to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
yeah. It's just they music. It's a younger generation's music at this time. They ain't gonna be listening to this shit when they 5 years old.
And let me tell you something too. But this is just my opinion. It almost like drill music is now it's its own genre. Because
it's just like crunk music.
Yeah.
It's just like crunk music.
Yeah, it's a crunk music.
It's a subgenre. It's a subgenre.
Subgenre. Exactly. So that's kind of what it is. And like I've been saying earlier, it's just that certain style beat, that certain style cadence with the rhyme. But as far as anybody saying anything differently that's gonna promote something in a negative or positive way, it's the same with any other music, man. Especially with hip hop.
It is violent. It is violent, and it do cause motherfuckers to get their head bust. Mm-hmm. But it's the same thing like whenever Scrappy Buck came on in the club back in the G with Scrappy. Mm-hmm. I done seen plenty niggas get their shit bust behind them songs coming on in the club. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all down the Pastor Troy
3-6 era, man.
3-6. There you go. Yeah, ain't different. 3-6, man. I done seen, bruh.
What's that? That little Scrappy. We some head busters.
Yeah, no problems. No problems was that one. Knock if you buck. And Pastor Troy, vice versa. Telling you. Shit come on, nigga. It's a problem.
It's a subgenre.
It's the same thing, man. Same thing. The only difference nowadays, and I can't blame it on the music. I guess it's just the times that we in. But it just seemed like now everybody before, like back in the G, we would lead with fighting. You know what I'm saying? You would fight a nigga more time. You know what I'm saying? Before you got into a shootout or some shit like that with a nigga. But then nowadays they going straight to plan A is murder this nigga. Yeah, that's plan A. You know what I'm saying? Them boys ain't trying to scrap no more. Feel me?
That's the Creole. That's the marker right there. That's the plan. Murder. Like before it even is a plan. The plans come after the murder. You know.
Right, big for real. Yep. So, and I remember fighting back in the G. That was a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
You feel me?
For real.
Win, lose, or draw, bro.
Yeah, you earn respect when you're respect. Win, lose, or draw, man. You earn the respect. You earn the respect just based on you stood your ground, you stood up for yourself, man. Boy,
right.
Yeah.
Nowadays, them boys ain't got that in them. Them boys will knock your head off quick.
Yeah, but even then,
behind something small.
Yeah, even then, back in the day. And remember, we had to talk where we were saying, it started at home and how you gotta teach your kid the difference between what's going on for real and what's just for show. And I think it ain't enough of that,
right?
Because like we said before, we listened to a shitload of music that was gang banging and blood spilling and head cracking and violence and slapping hoes and pimping woman and bro. So we I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't know, bro. That was that was the city case.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't trying to criticize it. I was trying to get a understanding of it, a better understanding.
No, not you, G. But I'm just saying, it just
like you said, we came from some of the
No Limit soldiers.
Just lyrics in hip hop, man. Before that, well before that,
and NWA.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Ghetto boys, hey, bro. Hey, bro, they tripping. Bro, the boys ever heard an old Scarface verse?
Please, Mom.
Man, hey, bro. Man, listen.
My guy right there, man. Salute to those dudes, man. Willie, man. Brad, man.
Word.
Real ass niggas, man. Still to this day.
Shouts out. I be watching some of y'all pods too, man. So word. Shouts out.
Already. Yeah.
So but and so I think we just need to once again, it at home with it though. I think the music wouldn't be so much of an influence if that shit get checked at the crib, man.
It's about the balance. It's about balance, even in the music. Yeah. That's what made Pac so great, man. Because Pac had the hard ass hit 'em up shit. Then he got Baby Don't Cry too. You know what I'm saying? Brenda's got a Baby too, telling different sides of the story, and not just the glorification and the what I'm saying, all that other extra shit. Like that's what made that so dope.
Yeah, honestly, listening to Pac though, it was a time and a place because you listen to Hit 'Em Up and your boy Big Psych with the Outlaws.
You might have to knuckle up. Yeah, you might have to knuckle up, and you need that, But then you might need
then you listen to
feel good shit, the unconditional love, and life goes on.
Smile with Brad.
Brad,
shouts out, Brad. You listen to them things and they put you in a different place. So I guess when but then when you do see the best both worlds, you kind of know. I guess I guess though, bro. Mentally, or you kind of you see and you hear the balance, so you wouldn't. It's like I ain't gonna take that serious.
Those were the artists I always gravitated towards, though, the ones who wasn't just telling that one side to the story. You know what I'm saying? Like the dudes who giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Not just you can thug it out, living like this, fussing like that.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody preaching the adverse effect.
That's right. And I think that's the difference, though. That's real shit. Because you listen to motherfuckers spit out all kind of thug shit, and then you hear them spit out some song with some values and with some feelings and emotions too, and you be like, all right, So not just
those be the records I love. I love them emotional records, man.
Yeah,
I love that shit. Touch me. Don't just touch my ears, like touch me, like hit me and make me really feel it. Like I love them type of lyrics, man.
Yeah,
so I guess in rap, man, just in song in general, man. Music is a powerful language. So
So I guess
what would you say? What was the if you could put it into a song? What was the number one song that touched your spirit like that? Like when you was like, damn, I feel this shit.
Is it gotta just be a rap song, or could it just be a song?
It could be any song, any song.
Bob Marley.
Matter of fact, no, rap song.
All right. Well, can I say Bob Marley Redemption song? This song in general. If you ever listen to the lyrics of that song, that's me. That's how I feel. Like every line, you know.
That's real.
But
now, what rap song
that touched me all the time? God damn! Wow. I gotta go first. Beef, you on this too? Anytime
I'm on it, but this gonna be so far back.
I gotta go first.
I think the song that
I'm a rap guy, man. There's some records that
it's live.
The records are almost damn.
Y'all know mine is,
I'll say one. And it's probably some other ones that I'll think of later and be like, damn, but this is one that comes to mind. And not so much that it touched me. It did touch me, but like I could feel how it touched him. Right. That motherfucking Ghostface Killer. All of that guy is you.
Talk about it. That was mine. Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it kind of just touches, and then to be a fan and to know his story. Well, I mean, don't nobody really know these guys, but to hear, versions of his story, and then like even like how things were depicted in the TV show, and I know that's fictionalized or whatever, but it was like it made me appreciate that song more, and just like dude was really came from that to one of the ghosts.
Man, listen at me. No bullshit. No bullshit. Still to this day, every time that song come, I put my playlist on where they just play any damn song. Every time that song pull up, nigga eyes get a little bit of wet, bro. Yeah, nigga eyes get a little bit of wet, bro. I ain't gonna even front, bro. That was gonna be my nigga. I knew Grim was gonna say that though. I knew he was gonna say it because that's one of the most powerful songs.
That's how I get with that Sam Cooke record. Pain's Gonna Come. Remember when they played it at the end of the Malcolm X? They played it at the end of the Malcolm X movie right before he was about to get killed. And every time I hear that song, I think about that part of the movie, and I get
that the scene when he like on that little infamous fight, where that famous Spike Lee shot. Yep.
Yeah, he's like sliding, and the lady was like, "Baby, what you say?" The old lady said something to him. And
what did she say to him? Yeah, like he was out of it, like he was like just like zoning out.
By the moment. But every time I hear that song, I be like, "Damn, man, they gonna kill me." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, brother Malcolm, man.
What's up, B? What's your one?
Boy, I don't listen. Bro. That's why I'm gonna have to probably meditate on it. Honestly, because so much music, bro. That so much shit I came up on, man. The record player in the house, the old school music, man, and man, Wu-Tang Clan.
Another one. Pop. Tupac at the time.
Yeah, and so many Pac songs, man.
Changes.
Man.
Tupac Changes.
Oh man,
that's another one that drew up for
me.
Stopped. This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, man. RL was singing his ass off in this shit.
Killing that shit, bro.
Man, what's the it is a Nas song. That
Nas got some records too that touch you.
Not to learn.
Grab you by your shit.
It's not the If I Ruled the World, the Lauryn Hill. It's not that one.
That's one of them. That's a dope one.
No, it could have been. It's the in AZ with oh man, what's the song
Life's
with
a Bitch?
With the young lady singing on it? Why I get blood? Is it Life's a Bitch?
Nah, Life's a Bitch ain't no woman singing on it.
Nah.
You talking about Sugar Hill?
Sugar Hill, baby.
I know you're talking about AZ.
No, but no, it wasn't the Sugar Hill. That's the radio. That song that always been on the radio though.
Yeah, yep.
you know, that ain't the one. It'll come to me in a minute. But yeah, it's a lot of songs, man. And then a lot of them that you know used to inspire you to write, me to write and shit like that too. So it's so much songs that you know, man, it's so many. I can't even much, you know, give you just one, and that's just real, you know.
I like those like heartfelt records and them storytelling records and shit. Cause I mean, I done wrote a couple of storytelling records, man, a couple times, but never like to that magnitude. Some dudes that got down. Like when you listen to Brad, like it's almost like you, like if you driving and you listening to Scarface, it's just like the nigga in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Back seat passenger side, like giving you the game while you driving. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the nigga right there, or like Juvenile, one of them dudes like that. Like I feel like dog in the car with you when the music playing.
You know who
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit.
You know what? You know who was playing before we got on? Face.
What was that?
Face.
Already.
Yeah, already. Yeah. Shoot, man. I had my playlist, my YouTube playlist rolling. Shit named Face. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, music, man. You know, inspiration from all directions too. Good music. You know, all art, man, and yeah, man, that's some good picks, you know, some good songs, man. Y'all was talking, man. That's some good shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's music, man. I love music, man. Music just put you in that space, man. There's no life without music, man. There's no music without life. Music is life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. Y'all got me sentimental, man, because we talking music and shit. So you know, y'all know all three of us. You know, this is what we do. You know, we passionate about music too. So, you know, and yeah, man, people put their lives out on the record, man. You spit when you speak so that when you emotional records that you gravitate to, man, that speak to you. And all that, you know, cause and in all senses that you relate to them, you can relate to them, man. So you know, and so that would make the shit kind of, you know, a little sentimental at the moment because that show the artists in you guys and myself too, you know, to be because when we put out lyrics and shit like that, man, that's how we want to speak to people and reach people. You know what I'm saying, through our words and stuff too. So to know that to have a personal connection to a song and know we want to personally connect to people when we put out songs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, shit
that's
like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to talk to yourself or you want to talk to somebody, you know?
For real. So that's cool shit. That's cool shit, bro. And that just go to the inspiration and shit too. You know, show where motherfuckers, you know, where you pull your inspiration from.
That's what I was gonna say about Jay earlier before I stepped off. Like when I heard that shit, man, as a young kid, I wasn't even thinking about being a rapper or could I rap or those shit. I was like, damn, like I heard the Bigs and the Nas's and the Wu-Tangs and the Snoops and all that prior to hearing those. And when I heard him, I was like, damn, this is rap too? Like you can do it like this? Like dude was on some other shit. I was like, whoa. Like, if I never heard that shit back in 1996, 1997, I bet you I couldn't do what I can do. I feel like I'm pretty nice with some words or whatever, but I don't even think mentally I would have even been on that had not heard that.
Yeah, and you can, and it was funny too. You mentioned T back in the day, but you know, I remember we used to go through and sit on the porch with the boy had a little brown dog. The little tan little wiener dog or whatever the kid. And T used to be like, hey, man, I'm telling y'all boys, listen to this shit. And that all we did is listen to Up No Music.
Always had the heat.
Yeah, we always listen to Up No Music, you know. So that's why I got a lot of my first, you know, listen.
I'm talking about I'm talking about the CD book era, nigga. Remember the book?
You got to
say all the Snoop albums, all the Ice Cube albums, all the
and Slim.
They break it down into sections. Like you got West Coast classics, you got East Coast classics, you got the CD book era, man. The book like this, you know,
by the 25, 50, 100, 200.
Young dude, I'm up on Tribe Called Quest, man. Leaders of the New School, man. Bus. You know, like These the dudes I was coming up on as a youngin'. The big homie was putting me on.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, bro.
Real talk. The nigga, man, I was on the gig the other day, man. I was having a conversation with this guy. He was an older dude, real nice dude, man, white guy, man, real. Just like I'm a spirit dude. Like I pick up on spirits first before I pick up on people. Like spirit hit his spirit real quick. And so we started talking or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, I just got back from. Me and wife just got back from Italy." He was like, "Yeah, we visiting family. We got family over there. We stayed with them for the holidays or whatever." He was like, "Yeah, 131 miles from Africa," and he got to talking. And he was like, "It's messed up because over there, you don't see as much. Like you see people who look like us, and there ain't no clutch your purse. It's hey, what up? Like like they don't really see us like how we're seen over here." And like I've always felt like that, like because when I even feel like I know it's not just like what they showing us, the rest of the world is like. But I don't understand. Like I get why it's like this over here, but do you think this shit will ever change, or it's just too profitable? It make too much sense in the grander scheme of what they're trying to do as far as separatism, or what? Because like in the rest of the world, like people just people. No matter what color your skin, you're just a person. But over here is all focused on race.
I remember my pop used to tell me, we used to live in Germany when I was young. My mom was in the army and all that shit, and they was like, Germany was they looked at the black man. They held him on a higher status, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that in a lot of places. Yeah. It's like that in a lot of places, right. And it ain't even on no old like the black people like, all right, you know what it is, kiss the ring, bitch. Like, no, it's just thank you for showing respect, whatever. Yeah, like
a mutual respect.
Yeah, they ain't no.
Yeah, like you're a human. You're a human being. You're a man. You dig what I'm saying? I respect you as such. That type of time. Like what you over here, you got to deal with. You probably more of a man than the next motherfucker, but he looking at you as your skin color and judging you off top. Like, this motherfucker ain't shit. You dig what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, man. Everybody get respect, man. The only people that ain't respected, and only thing that ain't respected here in the United States is the black man, bro.
Yeah, but it's only here though.
That's what I said. In the United States,
anywhere else in the world would just be somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, right. What's up? You need something? You new to the area? Whatever. Wow, we got this. Y'all good? You got kids? We good.
Right. Yeah.
But over here, it's like,
man, because we're a profit, bro. Let me tell you something, man. Man. The only way to secure, we kind of like investments, man. The only way to secure your investments, man, is you gotta keep your shit working for you, man. So as long there's a mental shit, man. We can go back to this shit all the time. It's a mental thing, bro. It's all they keep you one place, keep you mentally.
How can people not see it?
Right.
And control, they ain't even like this nowhere else. Because people travel.
People travel.
But most folks, a lot of folk ain't even been out their own hood, bro. Let alone like how many people do you know? How many people I know? How many people you know that ain't never been out their own state that they've been born in?
Get that. You know I get that, but there's still a lot of people that have been, and there's a lot of people who have been out the country, so they've had to experience a different view of themselves, and you feel it. Energy is real. You know how it is.
Damn right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
And for real. Just to have to come back home and be like, damn, now I'm a nigga again. Like I was just a person for 2 weeks. Yeah. I was just a person for 2 weeks, walking the street with people and now I gotta come back home and be a fucking nigga.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna tell you,
that's what a lot of the boys were talking about in the war.
You know, when I've been to LA,
but some of those countries, they was calling them niggas, man.
Mm-hmm.
How they even know that word on the other side of the world?
Mm.
They go back to your point, B. That's the disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
That's the disrespect.
Word,
how they know this all the way over in Vietnam to say that?
Right. But they use it as propaganda over
there. For real. Yeah, man. I mean, but let me tell you, like, over here in the United States is a business, bro. You know who control the market? You know who drive the economy over here in the United States, man?
Yeah. We
do, bro. We spend the most money in the market, bro.
We the lowest class,
and we the lowest class, bro. We kick out. Black people. We
money and we give it all right back,
bro. We give it all back, man. And most of it,
the couple dollars we get, we throw that shit right back into the food.
And that's why.
And that just keep the food. That just keep the machine going. This shit like a machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a machine, man. Just rolling.
And that's why we here with
that, man. You gotta dismantle all of that. Dismantle the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and that's why we where we at, man, because we don't know no better. We've been conditioned to not know no better, man. We conditioned to stay in the bullshit, and we pay for the bullshit. We paid to stay in the bullshit, if that makes sense, man. You know what I'm saying?
Are the bullshit.
And we are the bullshit.
And we are damn, that's some real shit. That was some real shit.
Right. Word up, man.
Yeah,
that was
real. That was real.
I know, my bad, I ain't cut you, but I gotta get this off before I forget it. Y'all ain't seen them boys put the fleas under a jar. Them boys put all the fleas under a jar, right? And it was like the fleas, they leave the fleas under the jar for like a couple hours or so, something like that, like an hour or two, right under the jar, so they couldn't go nowhere, right? They say if the fleas settle for their demise, and because they stop trying to jump out after a while, they only jump to where they know they can jump to. So they accept their demise. They know, they accept their fate. They know, well, we can't jump no further than that, so we just gonna jump. They moved the cup off the fleas, and them boys still been jumping the shape of the cup.
Yeah, cause that's damn, that's dope. That was a real that was real.
I mean, that's like a shark though. If you grow a shark in a pool, that shark will never outgrow that pool.
Right.
Or a lake or whatever like that. Like you ain't gonna get no big ass jaws out there. Like, you know, like you know, it's product of his environment.
Yeah.
Basically all y'all saying is you affected by your environment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's a real thing. If
they keep, just like you said, and that go back to your point when you was like, most of the people I know never been out their hood, or people ain't never been out their hood or out of their own neighborhood and shit all their life, right?
Right.
Just like the fleas in the cup.
Right. Yeah.
This is
You'll
all.
never outgrow that.
Yeah. This is all. You know. This is all I ever gonna know. This
you know.
Where is that? So I'm gonna be. This is where it is. I ain't doing nothing else. I'm gonna go ahead and succumb to what's here, what's in this environment, and that's that.
It's like you kill the spirit of a people, you know what I'm saying, or of a thing, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
You kill the spirit of that thing, then it's it's almost it's a wrap.
Yeah. So
everybody ain't built like that. That's why you even look at like jail, right? Like when mother be locked up and shit. A lot of them cats. Motherfuckers don't fit well locked up.
And then a lot
get out, built and shit, and be talking all that shit, but motherfuckers don't fit well in that motherfucker.
Nope. But a lot of them be right there. They content with that's their faith. They know that's dead, so they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and then, you know, in that case, ain't much you can do out unless you're completely innocent and do all these other things. But the point of the shit is, once you encapsulated in just one little motherfucking bubble, and this is the hand you dealt, and they lead you to believe this is the hand, this is it, that's where you're gonna stay at. That's why people, that's why black people don't know shit about credit and
moral of the
and all
story
the,
is
Exactly.
moral of the story is you gotta figure out how to bust the bubble.
Bingo.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. Big bro killed that shit just now.
And then
Yeah, that shit wrote down though.
And just like the saying,
I don't write nothing down.
You just like the saying,
bro, you freestyle that. That was dope.
I don't write anything down.
And y'all heard they say what's the saying where they say if you don't want something that's whatever but don't, or just give them books or whatever. Basically they saying like niggas ain't gonna read. Niggas ain't gonna read nothing. Niggas don't read. We ain't gonna read. We ain't supposed to learn how to. We ain't supposed to be reading now because they didn't want us to read a long time ago, right? So
read the Bible,
right? Yeah, but read the Bible. So niggas ain't supposed to read, but they, you know, but now I know, you know what I'm saying? Niggas reading, and some you know, some people getting outside the bubble, some people staying in the bubble. But when you in that bubble, you figure high school dropout, selling the drugs, you know what I'm saying, robbing, murdering, stealing cars. When you think that is just it, that's all you're gonna ever do.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's a part
of it. Never gonna hey, that was a good analogy, bro. That was deep right there. I ain't never think about it like that, but that's for real, because you can see that and that's crazy that they did that study with fleas. And if you think about it, we see that shit in people every day. You know what I'm saying? Damn, like that. That's deep.
That's wild, but that's how it is, though, man. Y'all know, you know. So, what can we say, man? You know, this is just like, you know, Grim said, man. You got to learn, you got to read, you got to keep elevating the mind. You got to, you know, we got to keep sharpening each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And keep everybody up on their toes, man. Especially as we get the knowledge, we're gonna get the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? As you get the knowledge, you give the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And the people here is always gonna be open, y'all. So, and that's what we're about, man. We're about, you know, sharpening steel, man, with more steel, man. And this is the Triple S show, fellas, and we are signing out, man.
Straight up.